Hello, my name is Zerduku, and welcome to my channel. And here I'm with a new editor, and she's gonna read uh, the Adventures of Sarah and Drake, and this is gonna be the tab, obviously, when I upload the video on I don't know when I will upload this, and she's going to be reading to you, and she'll be a lot better than Lorenzo, I promise. Uh, say hello to Akari. Please say hello there, Akari.
Hi, my name is Zakari. Nice to see you. Well, meet you. Also, Sudoku. I can't believe you just for Renzo. Anyways,
So,
ready?
all right, we're gonna it's gonna go audio silence for a little bit there, guys. But to be honest, it's just because we're switching computers. It's a long story. Maybe I'll explain in the description. Anyways, switching now, so it's gonna be audio silence for a couple of seconds.
Be back in a bit.
Zodoku is back. Alright, you know what, Kari? I forgot something, actually.
Okay.
Under where it says, by Zach Sully, do you want to put your name or, your, other name, or do you, like, edited by, or you want your real name, or some other name, or you don't want to put anything?
Don't worry about it, 'cause it's yours, not mine.
Well, you're the editor.
True.
Should get some credit.
Well, here, hang on.
Yeah, you just want to put edited by, and then put whatever.
Hang on.
Oh, you might want to change the thing. You want to change it to 16 bold.
Okay.
On the option screen above.
Do.
You see where it says 12? Press the
I got
arrow
it.
key. Okay. 16 and press the bold.
I'm trying. There we go.
Alright, you're good. That's perfect. Oh, Jesus. You might have to go in front of the E. Need to click in front of the E and then make it go forward or something.
No,
it's
I
be
just.
longer than me. That's fine.
I'm just gonna go right here.
Alright. I didn't expect it to be that long. Stupid fucking. Yeah, I hate it. I hate it when it does that. It goes back to default settings.
Whoops.
I just keep
going. Shush.
Okay.
Hey. Why isn't it? Okay, well. Whatever then. It's fine.
Yeah, you should have just clicked in front of the S and just press the backspace, maybe. I don't know.
Okay, well then hang on. Backspace. Nope. It's being weird, so.
Ah, fuck it. Just leave it as Chelsea for now, I guess. And then I'll put your last name since I know how to spell that myself.
It's fine. It's fine. It's because your name is probably like not a 16 bold. Hang on. Oh, it is 16 bold. Okay. Well, that's because my name's probably longer than yours, so you know. Whatever. Anyways.
In the word edited and then biased. Alright, read the title and then who it's by and stuff like that.
Okay, well here you go.
You just read what's there.
The Adventures of Sarah and Drake. Season 1, Book 1 by Zach Selvey and edited by Chelsea Selvey. One beautiful day in England, summer of 1902, at the Fosters' mansion. The Fosters are a really rich family owning a company in England that supplies military supplies to the king of that time. However, Mr. and Mrs. Foster were on vacation spending time with their daughter at the mansion they own. Mr. and Mrs. Foster was sitting down at a table on the porch, while their daughter, Sarah, was playing with two other friends. After their butler gives them their champagne, they start talking about their daily lives outside the mansion.
Okay, stop right there. You think it should be like other kids instead of other friends?
Oh no, it's fine.
You think it's fine? I think they get the idea.
Anyways,
Go on.
his vacation can't last. The king, what? Wait, hang on. Okay, hang on. This vacation can't last. The king has ordered me to get back to work and supervise the weapons factory, says Mr. Oops. His vacation can't last. Can't last. The king has ordered me to get back to work and supervise the weapons factory, says Mr. Foster. This sucks. You're writing again. Okay. I don't care. I'll savor every moment with you. Besides, look at our daughter. She has no care in the world. I don't think our work matters to her. To you and I and your daughter should be more important than your work. You should be working. You shouldn't be working so hard, says Mrs. Foster. As Sarah was playing with an old kickball with two other friends, one of them kicked the ball too hard and went into the bushes. When Sarah went to retrieve it, she got 2 feet in front of the bushes before she could get to the ball. Then a bunny rabbit hopped out of the bushes. "Look, bunny!" said Sarah. One of the kids said, "Let's chase it!" Then all 3 kids chased it into the woods, barely able to see what was in front of them. Then they split off into 3 different directions, with all the bushes in their faces. Finally, Sarah got an opening and cornered the rabbit between her and a cliff. Sarah sprinted towards the rabbit, but she tripped on a rock and the rabbit jumped out of the way. Then she plummeted down the cliff. Ah! She screamed as she was falling.
Down the cliff, right?
Shish. She screamed as she was falling down. It's about a 30-foot cliff. Holy shit. Anyways. She closed her eyes before hitting the ground, but then she opened and saw a bunch of beautiful stars. She was floating in space, but she felt like she was still falling. The stars turned into flower petals. She turned around and saw she was standing on the ground, but it was all grass and the sky was a different color, and the tree leaves were glowing green very brightly. All the colors around her were very bright and beautiful. It felt like a dream to her. Through the grassy meadow she saw a strange creature, even more stranger than she felt like she knew this creature as a person. The creature held out his hand, then she tried to grab it, but the creature disappeared, and all the grassy meadow and everything else disappeared and turned to white. She turned around and saw 2 kids, a boy and a girl. She'd never seen them before, but she felt like she knew them. They waved to her. Before she could wave back, she saw a horrifying monster behind them. that was about to grab them. She yelled as loud as she could, "Watch out!" as she closed her eyes, but when she opened them, they were all gone. She looked around her. The world was white and empty. Then everything went black. All of a sudden, she woke up looking around her. She saw what she remembered seeing before she fell into a rocky beach near the ocean, and above her was
Right. I know I said not to mess with my OBS Studios, but can you just click on it to make? I want to see if it's actually recording.
it's recording.
Okay, good. Go back to reading.
Okay. She remembered seeing the 30-foot tall cliff. She stood up, looking up, thinking to herself, "Was I dreaming? And how did I survive the fall?" She said in her head, "I better get back to Mommy and Daddy, because they will be worried about me." She looked forward and saw a cave. She walked inside through the eerie darkness. "I wish I had a torch. I can barely see where I'm going," she thought to herself. She continued walking, determined to get home. She eventually came to a dead end. She tried to figure out a way around it. She put her hands on the stone wall. Then when she did, her center of her body because it scared her. "What just happened?" she thought to herself. "Oh, I understand. It's a magic wall." When she got past the wall, she was surprised to find an old cavern completely frozen in ice. All the icicles are All the icicles are so pretty. Like like crystal diamonds, she says with a soft voice. She looked around for a way out, but she couldn't find one. But however, she saw a strange object. It looked like a large frozen object. She walked toward it and said, "Oh, it's an egg, frozen inside an ice cube. Poor chicken." She said, "Wait a minute. It's almost as big as me. This is no chicken. What could it be? It seems so familiar, like I've seen in a dream before." Oh, okay, well, anyways. She realized that she has to keep moving on. She ignored the object and found another wall, and assuming it was magic wall, she walked through it, and it worked. She found another cave through the wall that looked like it led back to her house. She took the path. As she was walking towards it, what appeared to be sunlight is getting brighter and brighter until she could see. Then the light cleared. What she saw next horrified her. She saw her home empty and abandoned, with a sign that says "For sale" with today's date on it, 1954. "No, I can't believe it. I won't accept this. It can't be happening," she says as she falls to her knees. She takes a closer look at herself and realizes she never had legs. She looks at her hands. She could see through them, saw the grass on the ground. The clouds start to get dark and it starts to rain. The raindrops go right through her body. As she watches the raindrops go through her hands, she turns her hands into fists. Then she screams in pain. "No!" She screamed. "No, what happened to Mommy and Daddy? It's been so long. It's been 52 years. I don't know where they are, and I am so scared." She levitated toward the front door and phased through it. As she looked around the house, there was no furniture left except for one large painting. A family painting. Not wanting to be alone, she decided to go back and help out that egg. When she got back to the frozen cabin, she looked for a way to get that egg out of there so it can thaw. She tried moving the large ice cube, but every time she tried, her hands faced through the ice cube. Eventually, she got so angry, she went to push it and it moved. Oh, I understand. By focusing on certain points of my body, I can be as solid as I was alive. Wow, how naive. Anyways,
I'm sorry. Keep going.
she thought to herself. She pushed the ice cube towards the thin wall. Now how do we deal with this problem? She says to herself. After thinking over 10 hours, she starts to lose her temper again. Then all of a sudden, she shot back a black spear of pure energy at the wall. Shush. I know what it says. Hush. Now I lost my place. Thanks.
Sorry.
At impact, it exploded, clearing back to her house. Wow! Did I do that? Facepalm. Anyways.
Facepalm?
Yes.
What does that mean?
It means that I just smacked myself in the face. Not in real life, but like,
Oh,
you
I
get
get
it.
it.
Anyways. As she looks at her hand, then she goes back and starts pushing the ice cube back into the house. As she was pushing the ice cube, the sun comes out and starts to heat up the ice cube. It starts to melt it. Makes it easier to slide across the grass. She eventually gets it up the stairs and into the house. I could just imagine all this going down. She finds a part of the house with large windows and opened up the windows with the sunshine on the ice cube. Excuse me. She waits patiently. Eventually, the ice cube is completely melted and the egg is exposed. Surprisingly, it didn't take long after the ice melted for the egg to begin to hatch. And out came a small creature with yellow scales and a tanned belly. It had horns and wings and a tail. Wait a minute, I know this creature. I heard about these kinds of creatures. Well, from fairy tales, you are a dragon. Wow. She said with surprise. Since I hatched you, I will name you. Your name will be Drake, she said with happiness. Later on present day of 2017 in spring, Drake is laying down on the rocky beach with sunglasses on and on a launch trail enjoying himself. All of a sudden, Sarah surprises him. Drake! Unlike me, because you're solid, you should take a bath every now and then and not run away from me, she said angrily. Drake replies, every time you drag me to so-called expensive bathtub, something always goes wrong. May I remind you that your family's mansion is over 115 years old? Sarah replies, you're coming whether you like it or not. Whether you like it or not. She grabs him by the tail and drags him off to the mansions. Stop it! Stop it! Stop it! You're electrocuting my tail! Oof, that poor dragon, says Drake as she drags him through the rocky beach, then through the grass to the woods, through the mansion. As Drake is in the bathtub, he explains, listen, Sarah, I know that this mansion belonged to your family, but don't you think you're hanging on to the past too much? I know you're a ghost and I'm not trying to make you move on or anything like that, but don't you think of living someplace else? Sarah replies, no! I could never leave my parents' home. Besides, who will take care of it? I don't want anybody else touching this place other than me. This is my family's home, and I'll live here as long as I can. Well, at least as long as you are around. Drake sighs. Well, it's not like I can make you do anything else, says Drake. Sarah and Drake has been protecting the mansion for a long time. Not only have been rebuilding their place every time something gets older, falls apart in the mansion, but also but also keeping intruders out because of
Intruders.
yes, I know. Because of throughout this particular town of England, many legends has stirred up around the mansion amongst the children that live in this town, the town of Silvertown. Sarah and Drake has protected the Foster's mansion from other kids who trespass on the property. It has scared all of them off together. They have scared all of them off together, while at the same time keeping the mansion fixed up. Rumors of them has spread around, basically saying they are the monsters in the mansion. However, there is an unfortunate other rumor going around about the mansion that have other trespassers coming to the property. That rumor is that not all of the Foster's family fortune has been recovered. Matter of fact, it is believed that Mr. Foster has always kept a large amount of gold somewhere hidden on the property. Therefore, sometimes it's not kids that go on the property,
But just kids.
treasure hunters that go on the property too. Of course, they hear about rumors about terrifying monsters in the mansion, but since they are adults, they don't believe the stories. Oftentimes, sorry, I lost my place. And chop them up as just stories, tall tales that kids tell. Meanwhile,
I don't think that's right. Supposed to be chalk? Like you chalk them up as just fairy tales or something?
oh,
Why is it chop?
it says chop, CHOP.
Dang it. How do you spell chalk? Like you chop something up? Like you don't believe it? Or
I don't know. I never used the word, so how am I supposed to know? Just
Well,
let me
anyways.
continue, because this whole thing is gonna be in there, because you don't know how to edit.
Fine. Keep going.
Okay.
But actually, before we go back, can I give you a suggestion?
Sure, just don't make me lose my place.
When you are reading a page, maybe you should scroll to the center after you finish a page so you can read the whole thing so you don't lose where you are.
I go down as I see the words.
Yeah, but because the way it's written, you could lose. Never mind.
Oh, I'm fine. Just please let me continue.
Okay.
Meanwhile, a small group of kids just got out of school. They are little kids around 9 or 10. Yay! Today is Friday and next week's spring vacation, says Victor. That's the price we hear from you, the guy who likes to sit at school and play chess all day, says Bulk. Leave us alone. As it is, I don't know what I want to do for my spring vacation. All I know, when I get home, we might be on one long vacation since my family's. It might be one long vacation since my family's not going anywhere, says Oscar. 3 boys. Wonderful. Maybe you can spend some of that time with me, says Michelle with this. Oh, maybe you can spend some of that time with me, says Michelle with this sweet voice. Oscar replies, I'm not in liberty to do so. Michelle responds, oh, why not? Oscar replies, because I may be young, but I know what a hoe is. Ooh.
It's a joke.
That was a bitch slap, literally, with words.
Yeah, keep going. There's gonna be a lot of laughing in this.
Shush. Michelle cries in tears. Why would you say that? Bulk interrupts. Hey, I know where we can go for spring vacation. One day, one of us withdraw from withdraw from 4 straws, and whoever gets the shortest has to spend 20 minutes in the Foster's mansion. It would be like a game, and whoever gets scared before the timer's up loses and has to do whatever I say. Excuse me. Victor says, Hey, that's not fair. How come you get to decide? Victor continues talking. I heard that there's terrifying monsters that live in that place, and I'll eat or kill or worse torture anybody goes in. Oscar takes a second to think about it, then responds, for one set may be fun, but however, here's my suggestion is that Bulk is calling all the shots. But we can all go at once, and whoever gets scared first gets to help out Bulk's family clean up the junkyard since your family works there. Bulk's hands turn into fists. Sure, why not? We will all go in with flashlights and air horns, and as an added bonus, whoever finds a treasure gets to keep the whole thing. First one to find. Bulk said with a smile on his face. Victor says, that whole treasure talk, you do realize that's just a rumor. There's no way that it's true. Who would be stupid enough to leave gold at the house, especially if it's been abandoned for 115 years, regardless of monsters? Victor was completely ignored, with Bulk and Oscar staring at each other in the face, smiling, daring each other, believing that one could beat the other. Oh God, a pissing contest between boys.
Yeah, Bulk and Oscar rivals.
Yeah, but still, it's like a pissing contest. There's no need for it. Hell, if I was in this story, I'd take both those boys by the head and go, whack! Shut the fudge up.
Continue.
An eerie cold wind blows through the air. Michelle holds her hand to her mouth and whispers, Oh, I hope they won't fight. Meanwhile, Sarah and Drake were relaxing in the living room. You know, Sarah, you should get some furniture for this place. If working to stay here might as well be super comfortable, says Drake. Sarah just looked down with a heavy face and levitated up the large windows and looked outside at the bright sun. Such a beautiful day. Sarah thinks to herself, I should have known I should have shouldn't have respect a response from Sarah. Drake thinks to himself. A few minutes later, the 4 kids arrive at the mansion. First they look over their stuff. Now listen, even in the daytime, some parts of the mansion are dark and hard to see. That's why each of us has flashlights, Victor explains. And any of us gets lost in this mansion, use your air horns to signal everybody else in the mansion that one was lost or run into a monster, explains Bulk. All four of them put their fists together and say in union, Team 4 Kids! Wow. Bulk throws a rope over the brick fence and all four of them climb over it. As they approach the front door, Sarah sees them and alerts Drake. Intruders! 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 Drake, get into position! Wow, bossy. Sarah says, panic. Cool! I was wondering when I'll get to have some fun. As Drake flies up into the air, Sarah and Drake split up into two directions. The four kids opened the front door and split off into four different directions. Victor is exploring the west wing of the mansion. Dang, this place is spooky, says to himself. Michelle decided to go to the north into the mansion. I wonder where the treasure is. Maybe when I find it, I'll give it all to Oscar as a wedding present. Wow. You're about anywhere from a 10 to 11, 9 to 10, and you're thinking of wedding? Wow, okay.
Yeah, that's the point.
Okay, wow. Anyways, she says in a sweet voice to herself, Bulk is exploring the east wing. I better find that treasure before Oscar does, hee hee. And I bet Victor has peed his pants and left the mansion by now, he says to himself. Oscar is exploring the northeast of the mansion. That's strange. I thought this place would be more scarier, but it's like being in a shoebox, he says to himself. Bulk finds a staircase that goes up. He takes the stairs going up, and when he makes it to the top, he finds a hallway that has many rooms. Man, this place is huge! Before Bulk could finish the sentence, something started to phase through the floor. Ouch. My throat. I'm the giant Really? Giant dose monster, Fumi? Really?
Ghost! No!
I'm the giant ghost monster, fear me! As Sarah alters her facial expression, at first Bulk just stares and Bulk's face starts to slowly turn white. Then he screams, trying to run as fast as he can down the stairwell and trying to get his air horn out, but when he does, he drops it, then he steps on it and slips. Oof. Just because he slips and screams, we're gonna go, ah! Psh! Ouch. Just to make some, drama. Anyways. Dragon style. Dragon fireball. What the fuck? Drake says in his mind as he breathes out a blazing fire.
Did you go ahead or something?
No. I'm reading as it says. Oh, never mind. Victor finds a large room that he sees a door. He opens up and sees Drake the dragon. Drake growled at him, then Victor screams and runs away. Dragon style, dragon's fireball. Drake says in his mind as he breathes out a blazing fireball fired at Victor. The fireball follows Victor through the mansion and it'll eventually hits him in the butt. Oh!
I know we're at a funny part though.
Shush! Wait! And lights his pants on fire. Somebody help me! I'm on fire! Somebody call the fire department! Ah! Pat, pat, pat. Victor yells as he runs around in circles. This guy is a complete loser. Well, I better make sure he doesn't become barbecue, as Drake shrugs his shoulders. Nice.
Oh my god.
Drake grabs a bucket of water and dumps it on Victor. Ah, I feel like yesterday's barbecue. Clunk.
This book is awesome.
Well, I'm adding stuff to it because you don't have it
Yeah,
in
I
there.
know. I haven't looked at this in forever.
I read it a long time ago when you first finished it.
Yeah.
I'm pretty sure I did the same thing as last time.
You just start laughing.
Anyways. As Victor lays down on the floor, clearly this moron is not waking up, Drake says. Drake picks up Victor and flies at him out of the mansion and drops him on his head outside the fence. Bonk! Tumble, tumble, tumble. Wow, Drake. Wow. Then Drake flies back to the mansion. That's strange. I thought I heard Victor scream, said Michelle. Well, I better go see if I can Before she could finish the sentence, Drake appeared. Oh, shit. Now listen, lady, unless you want your dress to be burned, I suggest you run out of this mansion, says Drake. Ah, it's the devil! The fuck? What?
It was the joke, but like,
Shush, Jack, I know.
I can't talk anymore.
As Michelle reaches into her pocket and pulls out a cross. Back, demon, back! I'll send you back to hell, said Michelle as she was trying to force the cross to Drake's face. I have no comment. This lady must have lost her marbles ages ago, as Drake looked unimpressed. Dragon style, dragon's fireball, he says in his mind. Drake breathes out a fireball at Michelle. Oh. She screams and runs. Oh! Skittle, skittle, skittle. I mean, stomp, stomp, stomp. Oscar hears Michelle scream. Michelle, you okay? Said Oscar. All of a sudden, Michelle runs out from the corner of the door, running towards Oscar. What in the world is going on? Said Oscar before he saw Drake chasing Michelle. What is that? It is a monster? Run, Michelle, run! As Michelle runs towards Oscar, when Michelle passed Oscar, Oscar ran. Michelle and Oscar ran side by side down a long hallway while being chased by Drake. Hang on. Here into the hallway, Oscar grabs Michelle's wrist and took her to the opposite direction and helped her turn. However, Drake tried to slow down his flying, but he crashed into the wall. BAM! Ugh. Ouch. My face. All three should... Oh man, there should be a sign that says, warning, there is a wall here. Wow. Okay, this is what I imagined. When he hit the wall, his horns went into the wall. So now he's stuck and he's trying to get his head out of the damn wall and he's like, there should have been a freaking sign.
I didn't imagine that, but whatever.
I should have told you that a while ago so you could have edited it.
That would have been really funny.
Yeah, it would have been. Okay. As Drake falls onto the floor, Bolt gets up after tripping on the air horn. He picks up the air horn, and before he could look around, Sarah appears before him and scares him. Oh, great. Really? Really, people? It's not even that scary. Ghosts are not scary. Dragons? Not an idiot like this one, but still.
Yeah, Drake is a terrible dragon.
Yes, he is. I think I had enough with this haunted mansion. Too many ghosts, he says while running. Do 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 do. Don't ask.
I don't know what the fuck that was, but keep going.
It was basically music as he's running. That's all it is. Eventually, all 4 kids made it out of the mansion. At least we made it all in one piece, said Bulk. Except for Victor. He doesn't look so good, said Oscar. Ooh, I bet he has one hell of a bump on his head. Especially if he hit a rock. That poor dude. Okay. Oh, that's just the way he always looks, Bulk says as Victor is laying on the ground mumbling to himself.
This is awesome, isn't it?
Wow. Okay. Tears are already... Happy tears are coming down my eyeballs.
Me too.
Anyways. The next morning, the 4 kids are together at recess talking. I can't believe how bad we were humiliated at that mansion, said Bulk. Don't worry, Bulk. I have been cooking up a plan, said Victor. Oh, yeah? What's your plan? Said Michelle. Victor brings out a map of the hotel, but only sketched out places they have been able to describe to each other. Here's my plan. Listen carefully, said Victor. The 4 kids, Victor, Bulk, Oscar, and Michelle, start whispering the plan to each other. During the conversations, they would ask each other questions, and Victor would explain further. Eventually, after the plan was completely explained, Michelle yelled out, "Yeah! It is so brilliant, Victor! You're so smart!" Somebody killed this girl. Anyways. Victor replies, "Yes, I am smart. However, you still have a few things to do." So after school, the 4 kids gather up a bunch of high-powered fans and the staff. Michelle's cross. And then they gathered up and emptied bags plus their equipment. Bags that had their equipment they used before. The empty bags are for the treasure if we can find it, said Bulk. That's good. Everything is in place. But don't worry, we will find a treasure because we are the Team 4 kids. Wow. They said in union at the last word. A few hours later, the 4 kids marched towards the mansion with confidence. When the kids met over the brick gate yet again, Sarah notices them and tells Drake to get into position. When the kids make it into the mansion, instead of splitting off, they walk together with confidence. Sarah and Drake split off into different directions to prepare to scare the kids out of the mansion. The 4 kids find a nice spot in the mansion to set up the high-powered fans. Michelle was looking out a crack through the 2 double doors in the room. She sees Drake just outside the room that there is in the hallway. She quickly closed the door quietly. "I just saw that demon monster just outside the door," said Michelle to Victor. "Good. That's what I'll plan." "Ready, Bulk?" said Victor. "Ready for a high-flying adventure?" "Ooh," said Bulk as he finishes plugging in the fans. Drake slams open the double doors and says, "Boo!" Victor quickly turns on all 107 giant fans. Oh, wow. Okay. Damn. Drake had a goofy expression of, on his face. The wind from the fans blew Drake all the way down what seems like an endless hallway. "Hey, I didn't ask for an air raid," as Drake goes flying down the hallway from the window of the fans. He crashes into a closet at the end of the hallway. Then the hanging shelf falls on his head. Smack! Ah! Do I look like a coat or a piece of clothing hanging out a closet? Drake said as he has the swirly eyes like from Pokemon. He says with pain. Drake tries to walk straight out of the closet and tries to fly, but then he bashes his head off the ceiling and gets his horn stuck in the ceiling. Ah! He knocks himself out. Oh, okay. Doof. Ugh. Clunk. Bye. Anyways. The kids then grab the second item to go search for Sarah. After accidentally running against Sarah, they hold the staff up to Sarah. Away, evil spirit, says Michelle as she waves the staff with the cross at the end of it in her face. Are these kids serious? I can't believe how stupid they are, said Sarah in her head. It's not working, said Michelle. So, what should we do, Victor? Said Oscar. Hang on, itchy ear. Alright. Okay. What do we do and all plans fail? Run! Yelled Victor. The 4 kids run for their lives by being chased by the ghostly Sarah. Meanwhile, Drake is trying to get his horns unstuck from the roof. God damn it! Why did I agree to help Sarah protect the stupid, useless mansion for her? All I'm doing is cracking the damn ceiling! As Drake struggles to get his horns out of the roof, for 30 seconds, a big hole collapses from the ceiling. Okay, after 30 seconds, a big hole collapses from the ceiling and lands on Drake's head. BAM! Should I just paint a target on my head so everything in the entire universe can land on it? So God can be satisfied since he seems to hate me so much? Ugh. Drake said as he sits up from the rubble. All of a sudden, when he stands up, he feels a whole mansion rumbling as if there was a stampede. Ooh. Now, what I can imagine right now is when Drake gets out of that rubble, he just shakes his head and, shaking all the rubble off of him.
Yeah.
And now he's thinking to himself, and he's like, oh, great, here comes another thing on my head. A few seconds later, all 4 kids appear around the corner, going as fast as they can towards Drake. Drake's facial expression slowly goes from normal to afraid, then he screams. He gets run over by all 4 kids. I'm being stomped on. Screw it. God doesn't hate me. The whole universe hates me, Drake says in pain. Oh, nice footprints, Drake. Anyways.
Yes, that's what I imagined too, but I didn't write it in because I didn't know how.
Well, I could just imagine Sarah coming down and then seeing Drake on the floor with footprints on him, and she's just like,
Oh no, wait, that's pretty funny. Watch this.
nice footprints. Anyways. Drake gets up, hanging onto his head because of the head trauma. Drake, did you destroy my mansion? As he sees Sarah levitating at an incredible speed. Now, Sarah, it is just a scratch. It can easily be repaired, Drake said with fear. I don't think so. As Sarah punches him so hard, he goes flying through the hole in the ceiling. Wha-bam! Whee! I'm blasting off again.
Yeah. Okay. If people watching this video are not laughing now, you have problems.
Okay. I was just trying to help. Drake screams as he flies to the sky. As Drake goes behind the sky airliner, airplane crashes into him. Boom! Oh, why does the world hate me?
I feel sorry for this poor guy.
As he's stuck on. Okay, hang on. As he's stuck on the window, the captain says, "Houston, we have a dragon." As he turns on the window wipers, wham, 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 psh, 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 psh. My face.
I don't know how much I can take.
Shush. After getting hit by the windshield wipers a couple times, Drake says, "Are you serious?" As he looks with a very angry face towards the pilot. Drake then flies off it, down to the mansion. The four kids yet again run out of the mansion with absolutely nothing. When they leave the mansion, Sarah was still chasing them, and then the kids accidentally get split up. Michelle and Bulk manage to get over the brick gate. Victor and Oscar split up and get lost in the forest part of the mansion. Oscar is still running as fast as he can through the forest. Then he hits his head on a branch and knocks himself out. Boom! Stars. Tweet, 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 tweet. Actually, birdies. Tweet, 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 tweet. Nice. Then falls into a dirt ditch and sprained his ankle. Ow. Spraining your ankle hurts like hell.
Oh, yeah, that does hurt.
Sarah eventually finds him in a dirt ditch. Sarah gets a closer look at Oscar's face. "You know, I could have sworn I've seen your face somewhere before. Maybe in a dream," Sarah said in her mind. Wow. Sarah cannot leave him in that forest. It just wouldn't be in her nature. Yes, she wanted to scare them out of the mansion to prevent them from stealing anything that was important to her, but she never really wanted to hurt the kids. That was never her intentions. Hang on. Drink break.
Okay.
Meanwhile, Victor stopped running and is trying to stop inhaling so hard. Man, I should have brought my inhaler, said Victor in his mind. Victor all of a sudden hears crying in the woods. He walks close and sees Drake crying. Okay, a dragon crying. Well, that's a sight to see. I never knew a monster could cry, Victor accidentally said out loud. What are you talking about? I'm the coolest dragon there is. I don't know how to cry, as he wipes a tear off. Drake looks at Victor and says, "Hey, are you that loser I set on fire? Well, anyway, I want to say sorry. I cannot control my dragon flame sometimes," Drake said nervously. Victor did not know how to react. He didn't realize how friendly these creatures are. "My name is Victor, and I'm the second smartest kid in school," said Victor as he holds out his hand with greeting. "And I'm Drake, the coolest dragon that ever lived," as he shakes Victor's hand. Meanwhile, after fixing up Oscar's ankle, Sarah sits down and tried to remember that she has seen him from where she has seen him from. Sorry, my glasses started to fall off my face. Bum, 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 bum. She closes her eyes and tries to bring the memories back. She remembers standing in space and the stars turning into flower petals. Then she remembers seeing two kids, one of them looking like Oscar, and it seen a large shadow figure standing over them, looking like Oscar and standing over them and about to hurt them. And for some reason, even though she's never known them before, she remembers trying to stop the creature from hurting them. She's been interrupted by Oscar waking up. To be continued. The end for now.
Yes, the end. Okay, guys. If you see any sentences that are messed up, please leave it in the comments, or and also please like and subscribe and all that other stuff. I'll be right there to sign out. Hang on a second.
Yeah, okay guys. See ya.
I hope you guys all enjoyed this book. This is, as usual, please like and subscribe and all that other cool stuff. And this is Zerduku signing out.